As I said, a new vortex interlock is needed. The reactor must be stabilized before we can proceed. We did not anticipate that we might have erred in our recreation of the vortex interlock, or that we could overload it. Finally, it is time. Come, see what you have helped to save. With all that has gone wrong, all we have sacrificed, I confess I had lost hope. I grew up hearing stories of my grandfather's communion with the Great Serpent, the immense responsibility he was given to create and guide House Varun. By the time I became Speaker and inherited that responsibility, so much had changed. The once proud glory of House Varun was diminished. We had lost our way, and I alone could not discern a path forward. I required the Great Serpent's guidance once more, so I set out to find him. Perhaps, but were that true, were he to judge me for it, I could accept that. It would have been worth it, all the same. Perhaps that judgment still awaits me, for thus far I have not seen his glory in person. I learned that my grandfather had attempted something similar. I found reassurance in that idea that he, too, sought additional instruction from the Serpent. And over time, I began to see that the Great Serpent had indeed left a path for me, hidden amongst the experimental failures and setbacks. This vortex, the place between places, and the energy it holds, could be harnessed, refined, directed. But we are so close. We are on the precipice of greatness. Utilizing the vortex energy, we have learned that we can create powerful warriors, capable of teleporting vast distances in an instant. The brave volunteers in this room await the chance to be the first wave of soldiers loyal to the Great Serpent and our cause. House Varun can project force on a scale unimaginable in the history of the human race. Tinan Varun's mandate can be fulfilled. The Serpent's crusade can begin anew. Despite all that has happened, their life support system has remained stable. Just one more sign from the Great Serpent that we are following his will. And now, the glorious honor falls to you, my faithful servant. Activate the pods, carry out the Serpent's will, and begin House Varun's triumph! Please, I have waited so long for this. Just activate the pods. What other choice do we have? The heathens and heretics loathe our very existence already. Why not be what they expect? By finishing what Jinan Barun started, we fulfill our duty to prepare the way for the great Serpent. And none will ever again dare mock or belittle us. Peace? You think House Varun has known peace? We suffer each and every day. This will restore the balance. You yourself must have encountered the phantoms in Maleen Dam. You know how formidable yet limited their abilities were. The Varun soldiers suspended within these pods are an improvement on all of that prior work. Activate the system, and they will be suffused with vortex energy, making them nearly invulnerable, giving them almost unlimited engagement range. They will be proof that House Varun's ascent to glory has begun. None will be able to deny it. Well, surely you can see that I am unable, or else I would have done it by now. And I think it fitting that the great Serpent has led you this far, to now allow you to be the one to restore House Varun to greatness. Excellent. It is done. This is but the first wave. Once we have restored the Citadel, we will have the knowledge and power to send out hundreds, thousands more.
Intruders in level. Emergent.
Zealots have infiltrated the Citadel. They cannot be allowed to gain control of our work. Waste no time. Ascend the Citadel. Join me at the Pinnacle. We must defend the Vortex Gate. We cannot fail the Great Serpent now. I am glad to have you here with me in this moment, but we are running out of time. We risk losing everything to the Zealots, so the gate must cycle one more time, shifting the Citadel into the Vortex and back again. The Zealots inside will be cast into the void, but I am sorry to say, so will you. It is the only way. The Serpent's Crusade is too important to risk. The work must carry on. You have served honorably. Your deeds here and your sacrifice will be heralded down through the generations.
That is hardly a way to say thanks for helping.
It cannot be shut down. Not now, when so much is at stake. Not when I am so close. When the Zealots have been purged, we will learn from this experience and we will try again. Eventually, I will be granted an audience with the Great Serpent. My child, you are not being cast aside. I could not have made it this far without you. Your time has just come to its inevitable end. From the moment I commissioned this project, I knew we might suffer losses. I will carry that burden with me, I assure you. I am afraid not. You were not present when the experiment began, and so you shall not be present when it ends. All must serve.
slowly.
It's a
have
relief
been
to
through
see
a
you
lot.
conscious. Had us worried there.
I cannot believe it. The Citadel is gone. There is no sign of Anasko. You failed. You brought us no scrap of hope for the future? Then I suppose you are fortunate.
No one standing in this room right now is fortunate. We have no speaker, no citadel. Where is Anasko? Then truly, we are lost. Without Anasko, there is no speaker. There is no way forward.
Perhaps. Or perhaps we acknowledge a simple truth. We are currently the government. We decide what happens from here.
You would dare speak of treason? Heresy!
I speak of survival.
Please, calm down, both of you.
This is not a time to be calm or sit idly by. This is a time for action. We, the three of us, are the High Council. All of House Varun looks to us for guidance. We should provide it.
Yes, Jamal is right. We would have to name a new speaker.
Malabor, you cannot possibly be considering this madness. We do not have that kind of authority. It is not within our power.
But Lovek, it can be. We can decide that right here, right now. We can carve a path forward for House Varun. Or else, we can sit by and watch all that we have built crumble around us.
And what assurance do I have that the two of you are not just looking to usurp power for yourselves?
Then we let the diviner decide. And we have a herald here as a witness.
Then so it shall be. House Varun moves forward from this crisis and continues to serve the Great Serpent.
All must serve.
Before you adjourn, is there not one matter more to address?
I do not understand. To what do you refer?
To the matter of the Serpent's crusade, of course. The diviner knows of what I speak.
I don't understand. The Crusade was ages ago. What does that have to do with any of this?
Explain the meaning of this at once. Truly, that was the Speaker's wish? Then our path is clear.
Respectfully, I disagree. We are in no position to undertake something like that right now. We need time to rebuild, recover.
There is nothing more to discuss. If the Speaker calls for Crusade, then we answer.
I can assure you all that he did indeed believe in it.
Then House Vethol agrees. The Crusade begins. What does House Dulkef say?
I have no wish to defy the Speaker, but he is no longer here. The Varun people need time. House Dulkef declines.
No, I should have expected as much. And what does House Kadik say?
Both of my colleagues have made valid points. The matter is complicated. I believe that for the moment, House Kadik abstains.
So, one vote for, one against. And what about you? Should we take up the sword and fight for House Varun, or continue to cower here and pity ourselves?
Oh, you cannot be seriously considering this, after everything the settled systems have been through.
Yes, of course. Such an immense decision can only benefit from discussion. There is no question that we will have to start with limited engagements. For now, we strike where we can, make it deadly to travel among the stars. We put fear back into the settled systems, where it belongs. You know how these things go. If we do not decide now, word will get out. It always does. Then we will have to deal with even more disarray. It is best that we control the narrative immediately.
It seems the prudent choice at the moment. House Kadik will, of course, accept the judgment of the Council no matter the decision. But to be candid, I do not wish to be the deciding vote in such a monumental decision.
We have only just survived the most terrible period in the last few decades. We need at least a moment to breathe, to feel some sense of relief. We are hardly in a position to begin any sort of major military operation, both in terms of provisions and strategic positioning. But if it is the will of the Council, of course, House Dulkaf will commit fully.
I am. Jinan Varun himself began the original Serpent's Crusade, and it is long past time that we return to it. We cannot share this universe with heretics. There are no innocent people. If you are not promised, then you will be cast into shadow. Jinan Varun was very clear. Then do we begin the Crusade? Then we have a decision.
Very well. We will notify the elders of the houses as well as our new speaker, and begin preparations as soon as possible. And with all of this out of the way, we will take our leave. You have been through a great deal and deserve a chance to rest. The home, of course, is yours. You deserve a place among us after everything. Know that House Varun is eternally grateful for all that you have done, and that the Great Serpent will one day grant you a place by his side.
We need to talk. Soon.
I hope you know what restarting the Serpent's Crusade truly means. It's reassuring to see what we can accomplish when we collaborate. I accept the will of the Serpent and the words of Anasko Varun. But this decision changes everything. We have already lost half our population, and those that are left are grief-stricken. Make no mistake, the people will rise to the cause. But the road to victory is arduous and lined with sacrifice. Until next time.
Hey, we need to talk now. Have you taken leave of your senses? What possessed you to restart the Serpent's Crusade? Do you not understand what that means? Of course you didn't. Unbelievable. What Anasko was trying to achieve was a declaration of war. And yet, it was you, not him, not even the Council, who carried out that wish. Be serious. But enough. There is no justification for what you did. Either you apologize now, or we go our separate ways. Very well. I'm skeptical, but listening. Well, I suppose I can understand that. Well, that definitely helps. Maybe you are... I don't know. Keep in mind, this isn't easy for me either. I love you, but I also can't support decisions like this. I'll try to move past it this time. But please, be more prudent in the future.
carry out the Serpent's will and begin House Va'ruun's triumph. You've killed them all! You think you can override the will of the great Serpent? You pledged yourself to House Va'ruun, but you are like all the rest. Weak of will, short of sight, a betrayer. And in the end, you have changed nothing! There will always be one more willing to serve, and once I have restored the Citadel, I will find them and send them out into the settled systems. Zealots! Of course they would attempt to poison this, as they do all things. They will not stop me. The work will be completed now! Come then, all of you, ascend the Citadel, or squabble amongst yourselves. I will await you at the Pinnacle. Despite your attempts to meddle, you have nonetheless served your part in the Serpent's plan. Neither you nor the Zealots will disrupt our achievement now. The gate will cycle one more time, shifting the Citadel into the vortex. You and those bothersome Zealots trapped inside will be cast into the void forever. And I will carry on the Crusade myself. There is nothing you can do to stop me. The Great Serpent cannot be defied.
An amusing thought, but no. Try again. Surely you cannot mean this. House Va'ruun's survival is paramount. To say such a thing is heresy. You would brand yourself a traitor. This is a result of your escape, yes? You hit your head. You do not mean what you just said. Then decisions about our future no longer concern you. Out of respect for all you have done for us, you will be allowed to leave the city. But after that, you are an enemy of House Va'ruun, and will be killed on sight. Go then. Go back to the worthless settled systems and share their fate when the shrouding comes. For it will come.
You should just leave.
After everything, you betray us like this?
Only the Serpent can judge you.
I knew you would be a disappointment.
Any troubles you need to share? Stay safe, darling.
So be it.
And with all of this out of the way, we will take our leave. You have been through a great deal and deserve a chance to rest. The home, of course, is yours. You deserve a place among us after everything. Know that House Va'ruun is eternally grateful for all that you have done. And that the Great Serpent will one day grant you a place by his side.
It's unfortunate Anasko could not be saved. Serpent, embrace him.
Well, well. Back for more, eh? No, we done talking already.